Right there, how we doing? We're back at the river again. It's about a week after I was here last time. So we've got the 24th, no, 25th of March, sorry, today. We're back at the River Kamp. There we go. We're going to fish this first set of pools through. It's quite fresh today. It's about maybe 8 degrees. So we'll see what happens. It's probably not going to be quite as exciting as last time, but we'll give it a go anyway. And I'm pretty sure that we'll put some fish in the net. So we're going to start fishing off with some wets and we'll see what happens later on. If we get a hatch, if anything, today I'm going to start fishing emergers. And maybe even fully fledged dries. So we'll see how it goes, and hope you enjoy it. Right, let's go. Right, we're down at the pool. This is the one that Maddie used to fish a lot when she was younger. Like I say, I've had some good fish out of here over the years. This is where, well, it was a couple of years ago now, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. My best friend over here, my best fishing buddy anyway, he was fishing with another guy, and this is one of the bits of water on this river that they're allowed to fish with, like lures and stuff as well, like spoons and spinners. And my friend was fly fishing, but his mate was fishing a copper spoon, and he hooked the fish in here, and they both thought he'd just hooked the bottom at first, and turns out it was a trout, and they had it on for about, it was a fish there, they had it on for about 10 minutes, and they both saw it, and they both reckoned it was about 80 centimetres. So the fish are here. I mean, I don't think I'm going to connect with an 80 centimetre fish fishing with what I'm doing just now, but it's always worthwhile having some bigger streamers with you. And if you're going to fish here, if you fish at late night is usually the best time to get the big ones when they come out to feed. But the fish are here, and obviously the chances of encountering a fish that size on any river is, well, it's not exactly massive. I mean, 80 centimetres is pretty monstrous for a brown trout. But a sore one to lose contact with, that's for sure. So I'm swinging this down. Had one little tentative pluck at it already, but a wee bit of movement as it's coming across. And of course we can always fish it through with the streamer as well. Oh, there's a fish. Oh yeah. Right on the edge of the slack water. He's no massive. The wee guy, but they're still there. They're there to catch. Oh, and he's gone. I'm not going to cry about that. Tweak. No. Let's hold it up in that water a wee bit longer. And we'll see if there's no action with this. It's a better fish, much better fish. Is it? No, it's not. He's not that big. For a second I thought that was a much bigger fish. It looked like it when it flashed. He's alright though. I'm not going to say no. I thought it was about twice the size when it took it. Oh god. He's probably going to... Oh no, he looks like he's well enough in the side of the jaw. It looks like he's well enough hooked. Now, that's what it's all about. Hand wet, catch and trout. Alright. You see why I thought he was a wee bit skinny fish. It's early doors yet. Right, here we go. These are old buildings for workers that used to work in here. And the thing in there that you'll see, that's actually a cold store. They used to fill it up with snow and ice to store food. And it would actually stay, the ice and the snow would actually stay there for the whole year. I don't know if it would do that nowadays, what with global warming and everything, but who knows. Certainly, it's been a very warm, mild winter this year. But this is the bigger pool here. And like I say, it has been very heavily influenced by the beavers. There's big beds of weed and silt that just weren't here like 10 years ago. Certainly when I first saw the place was 10 years ago, and there was never a massive flow of water going through here, but it was never like this. You can pick up fish along the edges here sometimes. There's certainly fish in the pool, there's no doubt about that. And you can see where the beavers have been going in. There's a fish just there, at the edge. And what I might do here is put on I don't know, just give it a wee look and see what happens. Oh, you're taking dries, right, we can put on a dry. I'm going to just kneel down. You're taking emerging flies. So we can scale everything down a wee bit, which is just lovely. He's no massive, but he's been nice to actually target one intentionally on a dry for a change. We've got everything ready. The fish is still there. It's not a huge fish by any means, it's just a riser. I kind of cursed myself for not doing this last week when I was here. So let's see if he takes it. It's a rubbish cast. Caught in the weeds. That's better. It's gonna come right over him. Oh! Missed him. I sat here for the last half hour. I felt like getting ready. I came and took it first time and I missed him. Oh God. Such is life. Let's try another one. I can see him. There he is. It's a cracker. Oh, that's nicer. Let's stay on. That's a nice fish. And of course this is what it gets interesting with all the sticks and crap. I think he's ours though. Oh, that was sweet as a nut. Oh, that's nice. He's not huge, but he's better than average for today anyway. Oh yes. Lovely, on the dry. Hey! Now, give it a month or two, and that'll be an absolute stonking fish. We can see that there. On the dry. How lovely is that? How lovely is that? Pretty as a picture. Right, son, goodbye. You were absolutely tremendous. Lovely. The wild boars have been quite active. They're ripping it up. But it's such a nice bit of water, this. And again, I've had plenty of nice fish out of here over the years. Usually later on in the season, admittedly, but it's been so mild. And it's worth giving it a look. The only thing that's going to be a pain is the wind. But as long as it just gusts like that, it'll be alright, because it'll be bad for about a minute and then it'll calm down for 5. But there's so many good places for fish to hold in this pool. Right the way up from where the water comes in, which is often the best bit for fishing, in all honesty. But we have seen some absolutely huge fish in here before. The biggest brown trout I've ever seen, period, was in here. And the thing must have been about anything between 70 and 80 centimetres. It just came cruising down the pool like as if it owned it. It's like not a single bit of fear that we were there, and we were actually here, just like, you know, hi, we're here, you know, not hidden away or anything. And it came right down the middle, it almost looked at us, then it went back over and it came back up and it just disappeared. And we didn't even try and have a cast at it. In all honesty, I think we're a wee bit too awestruck with the size of the thing. But I'm going to have a break here anyway and just keep my eyes in the water and see what happens. And either the next time you see me, I'll be in here fishing up the way, or I'll be in there fishing down the way. As a fish just rose in front of me. Anyway, I'm taking a break just now. Right, so I had my lunch. And as you'll probably have gathered, I'm fishing it downstream. There's nothing else really happened. There's a couple of wee fish rose. So I don't think I'm going to stick with the dry just now. I mean, there's a few olives coming off, but nothing to get excited about just now. I think we need a little bit more sunshine. We'll just fish this down and across. Or across and down, whatever you want to call it. Fancy getting one out the back of that tree. That's a great bit of water. Again, tree wasn't there last year. It's totally made a nice. I mean, there used to be how many more trees in this pool? My God. It was open like this when I first fished here. And then after one winter, there was 2 trees came over. You can see where one of them still was cracked off over there. And those 2 trees, one came over here, one came over there. They met in the middle, and there was like a secondary pool that was made from the same pool, but the flow is all different now with this. Again, it's part of what I love about fishing wild rivers. Oh, I don't know what that was. I don't think it was a fish though. I think I'd have known about it if it had been. They're always different every year. You never get the same pool twice really. And there's always obviously the same general characteristics, but there's always changes or differences. So we're going to give this a fish down anyway. And we'll see what happens. If we don't get much here, we're going to head back up the river and fish some of the pools as we go. It's usually towards the end of the drift that you get the fish in this method. Not close on. Oh, that was a fish. Nothing massive. It's probably the same fish. It's nothing big, but it's nice to feel a fish early on into the afternoon. Let me just bring this in. Again, I don't mind if these guys fall off at the edge. I really don't. Oh, come here. He isn't going to fall off. Again, perfect condition. I don't think it's very big. Oh, I don't know. It may be bigger than I think. Super subtle take. He's a wee bit bigger than I thought he was. He's no massive, but he's fine. You'd be happy catching him, would you? Again, we'll just unceremoniously swing you around the line. There we go. And we'll bring you into hand. Very nice. Again, I love the conditioned fish. Oh, he's better than I thought. There we go. Very nice. As we go out here, I'm just going to wade out a wee bit. The water's up today, but I know how deep it's not going to get anywhere near dodgy in this pool, unless there's been such a change, but I doubt that's going to be the case. Oh, zipping about today. Just can't see them. Sand, alright. Of course, growing up not so far away from Prestwick in the 1980s, you certainly got used to the sound of jets. And the Americans were bail. Oh, there's a fish. I thought it was caught in a bit of weed at first. I don't know if he's zipping about at the back there somewhere. Oh, there's one there. Typhoons. Is it Eurofighters? Right, mustn't forget I've got a trout on the end here. I think it's Eurofighters. It looks like anyway. Come on. Then you nailed that. Just keep it in the water. We're going to be sorted. Rather than muck about with my big fat fingers, I'll use something a bit more appropriate for the job and get you back without any damage. I just knew there had to be fish in there though. Is that another one? My God, is it the entire Austrian Air Force out there? I suppose they're not a country noted for its military. Being neutral and all that, you know. Oh no, that was a stick. But you forget about these things when you live in Austria. Obviously when you fish up in the Highlands, Kent still, since the tornadoes were decommissioned, it's not quite the same, but you get certainly used to it up there. But you kind of forget about these things living in Austria until you come here, and obviously there's a wee bit more tension in here these days, eh? Thank God we can just come and go fishing. The terrible cast. Oh, he's on. Oh. It's not massive, but he'll do. Come to Austria for peace and quiet, they said. Getting bombed almost. God, they're everywhere. The whole blooming Air Force out today. Right. I suppose a bad time to tell you that was my earliest passion in life before I got into fishing was planes. So I do well not to look over whenever I hear one. I used to drive my primary school teachers nuts with us as a kid. Yeah, but because you could hear them coming a mile away. Obviously, that was already my attention was not on the blackboard. Whenever that noise came, it was already gone. I was up to the window and being shouted at. It's quite a healthy thing to have an interest in at the time. At least I had interest in. I've got to look this time. Yeah, Eurofighter. Not all that high either. It's just above the tree line up there. Maybe a couple of 100 feet. The thing with the military planes is I love seeing them, but let's hope we'll never see them in practice more than our lifetime. There's plenty of people that have seen them in a different light. You know what, I know what it's like. Oh yeah, oh no, that was a better fish. Curse you planes. That's coming straight over my head this soon. Right, you'll see that. That's a fighting fish. Yeah, now that must be a better fish. It's still the first one I lost when the planes came over there. I saw the head on it. And it doesn't mean there was any weight to it, but it was long. A massive head on the thing. And you can just tell when they come up. But he's a bit more weight in him. And he's nailed the fly as well. We might get you without the forceps, we'll see. Don't get a headache now when you hear these boys going about. There we go, look at that. It's just perfect. That is a better fish now. Let's try and keep this in on. That could be the best of the day if we get him in. Oh, that is lovely fish. Nice to catch it on the wet fly like that. It's a cracking fish. Nah, we'll get you with the net. There we go. It's a new net as well. Birthday present. There we go. What is it already, I think? No, it's not. Oh god. It's not the biggest fish today, actually. I thought it was when it took. Felt like it. God, my hands are so cold. You have no comprehension just now. Fly's getting destroyed as well. I'll have to change it. Let's have a quick look at you. Look at that. Just gorgeous. Beautiful fish. Alright, we've changed over to the nymph. It's a wee hare's ear tungsten job. I'm probably aren't going to shy away from that quite as much. Because that's 2 or 3 fish. I mean, the last fish wasn't huge, but it wasn't bad either. I'm quite happy to have had it. It was going to be the last fish. I'd be quite happy with it. But we'll see if the smaller fly helps. God, if you ripped a spinner through here, or a floating worm, you'd do some damage, my God. You would do some damage. Bubbling worm. It's his first choice as a kid in a pool like this, bubbling worm straight on. In many ways, thank goodness for bubbling worm. A lot of the early fish I caught, I wouldn't have caught otherwise. I think that was a wee nibble there. Yeah, it is. I chased that and took it once or twice. Just plucked at it, and then the minute it swung around, it probably slowed down a wee bit, and that's when you hit it. Now, we're going to let you go just in the water. There you go. Just, yeah, that way. Let's try and get something twice this size before we go. I think this will be the last bit of fish. I've just looked at the watch, it's coming up to 5:30, so We've had the best out of the day. Oh yeah. Now, that's a slightly bigger fish. And he's no massive, but he's slightly bigger. See if we can keep him on. I mean, I'm not going to cry if I lose it, but I'd like to see it hit the net. Oh, we'll just hand this one as well. He's a fat guy. Oh, he's a decent one. Oh, yeah, he's in good condition for this time of the year anyway. Look at that. Oh, sued himself. Look at that. It's perfection, that fish. Nice. Nice. This is also what, again, in a month's time you'd expect to get fish almost every chuck over there. Or a hit at least anyway. But I'm not really so overly confident with anything just now. Saying that, oh God, saying that. That's another decent one. There's me saying, no, that's it. That's actually a decent fish. We'll have to, I think I'll actually use the net for this one. Right. It's not a huge fish, but for this time of the year, it's such a perfectly conditioned fish. It's just gorgeous. We'll just pop you back in here. Well, that's all right, isn't it? Right. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I mean, I've obviously enjoyed it. It was a super day down the river. The next time I come back, it'll be warmer if the forecast is right, and maybe it'll be a little bit quieter. Maybe there won't be quite so many jets going overhead. But either way, oh, let's get some ducks landing. You're just going to see them go past in a second. There we go. Right. We'll see you next time down here. Okay? Cheers.